Now recording. So, Firebase. So we start with go to console. Okay, we can have a lot of projects. Okay, normally if you don't change, they have. I don't know how many is the maximum. I'm probably close to the maximum. I know that I was try to keep because I use during my classes and I also have personal project that. So we just need to add a project. Okay. You could explore demo project if you want as well. Okay. So add a project. So let's call it Exigelec Master 2022. Okay. Continue. Okay. If you want analytics for my project, okay, I will not want that, okay. But if you want, you can. You just enable here, and it's going to need just that your Google account also have a Google Analytics account. It's pretty simple, okay. So we're going to create the project, and it's going to create for us, okay. We also have, if you see here on the, let's change this a little bit. If we see here, for example, let me just open the Volley app just for us to see. We have here on tools, let's see. We have here Firebase. We could use this to build everything for Firebase. I just don't recommend. Why is that? Because I think a couple of years ago, I used this to facilitate. It has little wizards, and it built a project that didn't work. So watch the documentation. They say that they choose a version of Firebase, and they use the code for another version, and the code didn't work anymore. So that's why I don't recommend you use. Okay, and we have everything here on the Firebase. We have a step by step of how we are going to use. Okay, we have a lot of guides from Google itself. Okay, so now it's built for us. Okay, with the Spark plane. So we see one thing that I like about the Firebase as well to use during class is what I didn't need to put any credit card. Normally, Amazon they give I think $100. I don't know how to call it. I think they give $100, but you need to put the credit card. At least you need it before. Okay. Normally, it has here all the products. Okay, here. Okay. But one thing that normally do what is to add an app that you're going to use with Firebase. Okay. Normally apps are iOS for Apple, Android, web. You could use web. Unit normally for games. Unit's a game engine. Okay. And also Flutter. That's a Rebit platform that you could deliver only in one place and deliver for Android and iOS. Okay. We are going to go with Android. Okay. So just press there, and we need the company, the package. Okay. Is the same one that we have here. So we're going to start a new project here as well. Okay. New project. The empty activity one. Okay. Next. I call it Firebase app, Java, and Marshmallow is good, and finish.
So can't we add that grocery app project?
You could add with the grocery project, no problem at all. Okay, it's the same thing. You just need here the package name. I'm just start a new one so we can have like projects that you only have one feature. So if you need later on to watch it, you could access that. Okay. Okay. So here, example Firebase app. We can give an option nickname, so it make it easier for us to know which one it is. Why is that? Because okay, we could have like multiple applications that share the same database, shares the same authentication. Okay. So I call it Firebase app, but if you leave with nothing, okay. Also, we could put certificate. Okay, this is if you use dynamic links, Google signings of phone numbers. Okay, you need that. You need to create a certificate, and you're going to have the same certificate on your device and here also. Okay, you just, if you want to do that, just Google a little bit. It's kind of like easier. You can. It's not a certificate that you need a third party to make the certificate. You can make yourself. Okay. Normally you open the terminal and write a couple of commands there. Okay. And say register this app. Okay. I'm going to take a couple of seconds. Now it creates for us a Google Service JSON. What's the idea? All the configuration that we need in order to interact with Firebase is in this file. So you don't need to configure anything. Everything will be here, okay? One thing about this Google Service JSON, for example, you're going to put your application on GitHub. Never share this file. Why is that? Because with this file, they can access everything. So they can put like user database, put stuff there that shouldn't be there, use for other things. Like, I don't know, Bitcoin mining or something like kind of like that, okay? So I'm going to download. What?
Where you said? Where we should
GitHub.
Yeah, you did. You should put this on the web or anything. Share this file, okay?
Okay, but we can use it in our PC, right?
No, no problem at all. Just don't try not to share to put public online.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to download this, okay? Google Service, and says here, put here on this app here. So where it's going to be? Instead of the view of the project, we have the view of as Android, but you have view as project. Let's change that. So we have the same view as here, project, inside the app folder. So you're going to put it here, the Google Service to JSON. Okay, so let's do that. Downloads Google Service to JSON, drag and drop here. Going to move, perfect. So that's here. And you see here, you have the storage bucket, the app info, the services, all the configuration needed, okay, as a JSON file. Okay, so we have the file here already, okay? Now we need to just press here next, and it says for you, add the Firebase SDK, okay? So even says what we need to do, okay? This is kind of like step by step how we need to configure, okay? So we have two Gradle files, okay? Let's put it back here on Android, I think it's better, okay? So Gradle files, we have the project Gradle file and the module Gradle file of the application, okay? So here on the project, they changed the build Gradle here of what I'm used to. Android, Gradle file, Firebase. Plugins. Oh, they changed a little bit, but it's here. Okay, I think it's here. But let's see. let's check it. Repositories need Google, Maven Central. It's already here at settings. Okay. Repository Google and Maven Central also. Okay. I don't know if I could put here or no. Let's see. No. No. So let's try without this configuration here, because they changed it and I know how we are going to work with that. Okay. They changed the format how they used to put the build Gradle
Sir,
of the project.
Build grad module and there is dependency. There is the second one. Build grad. Go down. Go. Yeah, dependencies maybe here.
Yeah, no, but this one is for the root level.
Oh.
It's the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's see if now plugins ID com Android application, and now we need Google Service. Let's see. And we are going to put this implementation, import the, let's see. Let's see if I Google this error here, if they help me out. Oh, here. Oh, they changed a little bit. Now I will find. Let's see here on the project. We need also this one here. Let's see if now it works. They changed how it was on Android and they changed on the documentation. Yeah, I think that was it. So download everything for us to use Firebase, okay? So we just need this line as the build Gradle of the project, and on the module we need to apply the plugin of Google Service and the implementation of the platform Firebase Boom, okay? What's the idea of this Firebase Boom is that we just say the version of the Boom that I'm going to use, 31.1.1 for example, and we just say, we're going to use analytics, we're going to use the database, and the download keeps the same version that can interact all the Firebase platforms, okay? So that's the idea. Okay, so I think it's working. So let's get back here to the console. Sync your project, okay, next. What you need to do? You're all set, okay? Continue to console, okay? So, practically every product, now we see here, my application, okay? We could add another one. And we see here what product we want to add, okay? We are going to add the Cloud Firestore, okay? In order to use that, we need to create a Google File Store. Let's see the video how it works, okay? Kind of like a little fast.
No matter what kind of app you're developing these days, there's a good chance you'll want to store your data in the cloud. Maybe that's because your users want to share their data with their friends for some exciting in-app collaboration. Or maybe it's just because they'll want to access their data from more than one device. But storing data in the cloud isn't quite as easy as it first looks. You have to set up your own servers to host the data and keep them up and running day and night. You got to spend a lot of time on the client dealing with networking issues, including making sure everything still works when your user goes offline. You need to stay up all night wondering if you've gotten your security exactly right. And spoiler alert, you probably haven't. And then you need to make sure your service can scale no matter how many millions of users you might have, all of which is time you don't get to spend on building your app. This is where Cloud Firestore comes in. Cloud Firestore lets you store your data in the cloud so you can sync it across all your devices or share them among multiple users. And it comes with all the conveniences you'd expect from a Firebase product, like robust client libraries, full support for offline mode so your app will continue to work just fine whether you're connected or not, even on the web, a comprehensive set of security rules to help you manage access and sleep at night, and an easy-to-use data browsing tool. It also lets you structure your data in ways that make sense to you thanks to its powerful querying and fetching capabilities. Cloud Firestore works in near real time, automatically fetching changes from your database as they happen, or you can request to fetch data manually. It's completely up to you. Cloud Firestore brings you the best of Google Cloud Platform's powerful database infrastructure, with features like multi-regional data replication for extra reliability, strong consistency to make sure everybody's on the same page, and multi-document transactions so you can perform complex operations on your data. And we've designed it to handle the toughest workloads from the world's most popular apps, so it can scale automatically to support yours. But it still integrates with other Firebase products, including Firebase Authentication for easy sign-in, and Cloud Functions, which lets you run all sorts of server-side logic in response to changes in your database, all of which means you get a truly serverless development experience. And that means you can spend less time on infrastructure issues and more time building your app. So give Cloud Firestore a try today. You can find all our documentation here, try a sample or two, and start building something great.
The Firebase comes with this concept of they talk about their serverless. The ideas of you, so you don't develop your own server, and you use Firebase or AWS, Dynamo, something like that. Like, what the main idea about that? If you start making your application with Firebase, it's very hard for you to get rid of Firebase. So they just, if you start, keep going and give them money. So you, for example, if you deliver application, you develop with for Node.js or Spring Boot, something like that. You're on Google, using Google Cloud. You say, oh, AWS is cheaper. You just pick up your package, change it. Probably you're going to spend like 3-4 days doing that, and you already migrate from one to another. Now Azure is cheaper, so you can change it again. If you use Firebase, it's very hard for you to change. Oh, now I don't want to use Firebase. I want to use the one from Amazon, the serverless from Amazon. It's very hard for you to change. That's their main idea. That's why they're investing so much with these technologies, so they can put us kind of like a little jail that you can get rid of their technology. Okay. So first to use, what we need first to create database here. Okay. Why is that? Because it's going to create some place on a server that we don't know exactly where is going to place our database for us. Okay. We could start on production mode, but let's put on test mode. Okay. So 30 days you are able to read and write. Okay. Then we can change here the timestamp, or maybe change them for the production. But for now, test is okay. Next. Now we can change the location that we want. Okay. We have a lot of locations. Normally we try to what? Have the data close to our users. Okay. In our case, since we are on Europe, let's put Europe. Okay. But maybe if you want to, I don't know if they have on on India, let's see.
Mumbai.
Yeah, Mumbai. Okay, so you could put Mumbai if you want. Okay. For me, the closest for Brazil is São Paulo. But Europe is good for us. Okay? And then it. Okay, so you're going to build for us this database. Okay. Cannot. It's not. I don't know why it doesn't allow Europe. Let's put United States then. No. What?
I think there is some issue because for me it happened. For you,
Yeah.
you can just reload once and check.
Let's reload and try again. Yeah, and created. They say there was probably, but they created for me. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we have here the database. Okay. What's the idea of the database from Firebase, Firestore? It's the same. It's a principle very close to MongoDB. I think MongoDB is an open source project. I probably look at all the code and make something really close to what Mongo is. Okay, so we have collections. For example, users, and the collection they can have documents. So, for example, we have a user that has a key code 1001, and it has the name James, and you could have other field, age, and you put here. You can have all these types here. Okay, you could have a string, a number. It could be both float point numbers, kind of like integers also, boolean, a map, look just like a hash map, array, a null, timestamp, and a geopoint for geolocation. Okay, let's put the number and like 41 and save it. So it creates here for me. Okay, and every document can have another collection and can have fields. So you can have like a nested data. Okay, that's kind of like how it works. Okay. Okay. So on the project itself, we also need another implementation. So now for the Firebase, Google.Firebase, when Firebase Crashlytics, fine, that's it. Firebase minus Firestore. Yeah, Firestore. This other one is for Kotlin. Okay, since we are Java, you select this one. Okay, but you don't need to put the version. Why is that? Because you're going to pick the one from Boom here. Okay, so if you upgrade all the plugins of Firebase. That's the main idea. Okay, let's sync it. So it download and make everything good for us. Okay, so I think so good. Now, what's the idea? We need to initialize, okay, the Firebase, Firestore. Probably all the components follow pretty close how it's going to build, okay? So, here on the main activity, I will not care very much about the look and feel, okay? So we are not going to work with the data. So here we are going to Firebase Firestore database, okay? And then here, after the set content, we are going to say database receive Firebase Firestore dot get instance. So we have seen this before. Do you recall what kind of design pattern this is?
Singleton.
A singleton, yes. They also implemented all the major components of Firebase as singletons, okay? So you could only have one database in your whole application, okay? And then we can add some data there. So let's create here for example a map with a string object import class, okay? User equals new hash map. User put name Aragorn. User put
Pitbull.
no, I actually think about location.
Okay.
Location. Middle of. I just recall Aragorn. I was watching the series from Prime, Amazon Prime. I don't know if you saw. It's not as good as the movie, but kind of okay. So we could put. Also, we could put like a age. Use put age. Normally, I put in here age, but normally we don't use ages when we deal with database. Why is that? Because people change. They have birthdays. So normally we put like born, like for example, the year that he was born. I don't know. I don't know heck how they deal with age there on the middle of, but okay, let's put 830 is okay. Okay. Now we have created here this map. We can send there to our database. Okay. So let's put there database. So the link that we have here dot collection. So we are going to say which collection we are going to use. In this case, I'm going to choose the same one as I put here, okay? So users, and I'm going to add this user. Okay, and let's see what happens. What? You have a error? Oh, yes. Oh, it's comma, not two dots. So let's try again. So we haven't seen anything happen here, but if you look at here, let's say users. No, also we don't have it here. Let's see why. Yeah, that's reloaded, but I don't. Yeah, still doesn't see here. Let's see if the logcat has something. Probably very hard to find if you have. So we have an error, we don't know where it is. Okay, so this is an interaction with what? With the database. So probably want to know if this was written okay or not. Okay, so normally you want to add on success. If you have a success, okay, new on success listener. So if was success, you go here, okay, and also add on failure listener. New on failure list. Okay, so let's put just logs here. So log dot d let's call it Firebase Firestore, the tag, and then here success adding user. And here we're going to put as an error adding user. Let's put also, let's put here 2 dots plus e dot print stack trace. No, print stack trace is not possible. Get message. Okay, so let's see now what happens. Semicolon. Oh, sorry. Also, why my notebook's not sharing? Oh, I forgot to turn it on. Every time I already turned it on, so I never actually. So let's see here on logcat. Permission denied. Let's see here the permissions about our rows. Yeah, it creates, since you give an error, it creates, let's put here if true. So every document, it will allow read and write if true. So you allow everything, okay? Probably when I created, give an error, probably because of this. Let's see now if I can. Success adding user. So let's see now on our Firebase data, users. Oh, here we have here. We see here, it creates for us a document and put here all the everything. This is generated automatic as a UID, okay, unique identifier. Okay, normally creates a hash for it. Okay, and we could use this, for example, if we are adding user 2 dots plus document reference that we receive here on the success dot get ID. So we could get this ID here that's being used. Okay, So it could be sync or used for something, okay? And rerun it again. Permission denied again. Yeah, okay. Success adding user, and it give me here, and create another one. Okay, so have two of the same. Okay, because we put the same data. So every time we are running, it creates a new one. Okay. We could get all the data from there. Okay. For example, we want to see. So in order to just not create like every time we run, okay. So let's comment this. Okay. So let's try to read the data from there. Okay. Now we're going to write. Also, we want to read. So database collection. You're going to pick the same collection, users, and then we are going to say to get the collection. And is also something that goes over the web. Okay, so we need to know if it was okay, if you can. So we could add on failure, on success, like we did before, okay? But we also have on complete listener, okay? Just to see another type of listener different, okay? New on complete listener. This type of listeners we receive here, we can check if the task is successful, okay? If it was good, we can do something with the data. Else, we have a mistake. So we could do log.error Firebase Firestore. Oops, not like this. Yes. And we could task get the exception. Get exception, get message. Okay. So we show the error. But if it's successful, let's print. So we receives what? A query snapshot. Why is called a snapshot? Because kind of like a camera. You take snapshots. Because when you take a camera, you take like a snapshot is you have like a view of a place, but it can be changed. Also the database as well. Since we're getting something that can be changed by other users, okay? So we are going to do a for each document. Query document snapshot of task dot get result. Import. So for everyone, you're going to log.d Firebase Firestore get to dot plus document dot get ID plus two dots plus document dot get data. Okay, so it's going to, if you can pick up a field, for example, the name, okay, get the field, or you could get the data. You get all the hash map, okay, the map from there, okay. Okay, so let's test it now. So here you see you got the 1001 that okay there, and the 2 also that we have Aragon twice, okay. Okay, for now. Where it is here. So normally we have collections, and collections has documents, okay. And we could use this get to get the snapshot, but we also could do database dot collection users, and we could have a snapshot listener. If error equals null, means we don't have an error. Let's copy from here, so make it easier. Okay, and we could do this also. Let's copy also this. Okay, so here just a little change, that document snapshot here, and here you get the documents. Okay, we're going to print it. So this is a snapshot listener. So every time you make changes, we receive it here. Okay, so the first time it runs, let me clear this. So the first time it runs, it actually gets the data, even though it has no change, because you're going to get the data, the last data, okay? But then, we're going to change here. Instead of Aragorn, you're going to have Sauron. Okay, and we are going to update here. If you see here, it receives again here with Sauron. Okay, so we have. So every time it makes a little change by other user, or even in the application itself, it makes changes here. So that's normally the best way for you to work. Okay, if you have like a grocery list, you're going to keep listing here. You're not going to like have that singleton with the array. What you're going to have? You're going to have an array that keeps changing here on the snapshot listener. Okay.
Sir, but if I have hard coded the three names
Okay?
in the code, so it will change the code also.
No. That's why you should not have hard coded. You should have like in a hash map or something like that.
So only the hash map data of hash
Yes.
map will update.
Yeah,
not the
exactly. Okay. Okay.
बाकी तो सब चलेगा.
Let's see if there's something else that I want to show you. I could also, if you want, for example, I don't want users anymore. I want another. I want to. Oh, I showed you how to create new data, to retrieve, just to form, and to update. We could, for example, database equals dot collection users dot document and specify one document, for example, this one here, 1001. Okay, the documents, even though if you use numbers, is our strings. Okay, the IDs are our strings. Okay, and we could, this is what call a document reference. Now we could create also here updates that we want to create, and create updates, put like the timestamp, fill the value, server timestamp. Okay, the same timestamp that comes from the server. Okay, it allows the server to put the timestamp actually. Okay, so we have the right timestamp, because maybe on the mobile you have a wrong one. Okay, so now, but I didn't put it there. Okay, just change it, just create the update. Now we need to get this reference and say to update with this updates. Okay, so let's test it. Let's see, now has a timestamp here, because and here. Okay, so we could update as well. Okay, and also could change, for example, we could add new fields, but could also change the fields that already had there. For example, age 41, let's put age 37. Okay, and play again. See, it even appeared this as very, very fast as orange. So it was made a change. Normally green when you add a new one, and green when you create a new one. Okay. Also, if we send here for age, we're going to send null. It puts null there. Okay. Let's just say Firebase, remove. And this is for updating. And if you want to delete it, you just call delete. Okay. This function, update and delete, you could add on complete listener, normally it's the best way for you to work with that, okay?
Sir, we can make a different function for user input.
Here, deleted.
Yeah.
You could what?
We can make a new function just to take all the user inputs and just pass all the string values to age and all.
Yes,
So that
yes.
we don't need to change the main function names.
Yes, you could do that.
Yeah.
And just as to make sure that I want to show, field value, if you put here, field value, delete, for example, you don't want the age anymore. Oh, but I don't have this field anymore. Let's change here. Copy and paste it here. Let's command the delete. Now I deleted this field age. So, but I didn't have age, right? I have born. Yeah, I'm deleting something that doesn't exist. Okay, anyway. So born. So see here, you don't have born anymore, and also here, you don't have anymore. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so this is a basic, crude, create, retrieve, update, and delete. Okay, and the good thing about it is that everything is kind of like real time. So every change here, it changes also here. Okay. Okay, good about Firebase. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Normally, the most popular for you to use is what? Is here and authentication. Okay. Authentication is even simpler than this one. You just get started and say how do you want to start. Okay. The email password is the simplest one. Okay, but you could also use all these others one. Okay. You even have anonymous, because sometimes you want it to keep anonymous, so you start using, and then you got engaged. You ask, create your user. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Even allow, if you want to verify the email, you could display the message, change the message. It has all this feature for you. Also, password reset. You could also have a multi-factor notification, okay? And also SMS verification. Okay? That's kind of like simpler than this one. Okay, any question? Okay, so I'm going to stop here the video.